Jackie and Andy, my first question is, I heard the name of the band, and then I looked at what you've done, and it seems to me that the name of the band really fits how you've done it, because you've kind of gone the unconventional route to getting your music out there, because you kind of started with the YouTube channel, became a viral kind of media type of thing, and then brought in your music. So you really have gone across the board. Was there any correlation with calling the band that?
Well, it actually started very similar to what you're saying, but even a step before that, when we were trying to figure out what to call ourselves, because we looked at our band, which is kind of an eclectic mess of people.
Yeah, exactly.
The initial band is more like a group of people, like a little community.
It spanned from Catalina, our daughter, at the time was under 10. She was playing with us too in some songs. If you look back in some of early videos, you'll see Catalina like playing a cello.
And right up into our keyboard player, Marty Heller, who's 65. So we're and everybody was so varied. I mean, different backgrounds, different nationalities, everything. And I was looking in the thesaurus. I can't remember what exactly the search term I used, but it was like varied or multi something or other in it. And I just saw a bunch of phrases, and across the board was one of the phrases. I'm like, that's it.
Let's for a moment go back in time, say 10 years. And I'm walking into HMV and I'm looking for across the board's music. First question, what section do I go to? Second question, if there was a record company, what would they categorize you as? Because everybody has to be pigeonholed, correct?
I know, and this is sort of the problem that we have, because we've been trying to genre ourselves from the beginning. And
I also like how you use genre as a verb. We've been trying to genre ourselves.
We have.
It's a tough question, though. From the beginning, we've been getting that.
Yeah, so
how do you categorize your music?
We sort of
as music.
As music.
That's, to me, I've always thought that way. A good song is a good song.
Yeah, but the problem being is that, let's say you're talking to your wife and you're saying, hey, wife, who has a name, but hey, wife, you should listen to Across the Board. The first thing she's going to say is, what do they sound like?
They sound great.
Well, yes, but
there you go.
But you always want to have a frame of reference, right?
I don't.
Like Andy has black hair,
right?
Dark hair, right? I would say
it's some gray in it now.
It is rocky, but to what extent of rock is
so
it?
we came up with a question that we asked people, both on our vlog, people that were coming to shows, people who would come through the basement in our house. What's our genre? And everybody said rock, pop rock, roots rock, Americana came up. I'm like, country, but we're from Canada.
Soft rock.
We're not country.
Right.
Okay, we have one song that's country-y. But that's the problem, because we are across the board, even with the music. Yeah. But we've sort of nailed it down to a term that I like to coin, alt pop rock.
That works.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Okay, so before there was the band and you were making music, did you guys start by creating the vlogs, the video channel? I mean, I went there and I saw a cooking lesson, for goodness sakes, and this is great. And again, very unconventional, but a very cool way of doing it, because let's face it, when you're a new act these days, it is so much harder, A, to get noticed, B, to get people to actually be interested in your music, that you have to go a different route. And it's so unique, because I don't know if anyone else has done this, that they've done social media to get noticed and then said, hey, we've got music too. Usually it's, hey, we've got music, now we got to push it on social media. Why do it this way?
Well, we started out actually in the basement jamming to just like
jam sessions,
Andy. We're both multi-instrumentalists. So Andy plays guitar and I play guitar and he plays bass. And we both play drums. We play a bunch of other things. And we would go to the basement and just start to jam. And we are like campfire people, so we like to be around the campfire. I grew up out at a cottage in Alberta. And there was always like this jam session going on. And then we decided we would videotape it once and put it on YouTube, which was a little embarrassing. And I don't think you can find those early.
I was just going to say,
I don't know if you'll see those.
I don't think so. I think they're buried.
I don't know if you'll get those.
I left them up, but I think they're private. But anyways, they were funny. And then people started getting interested in in those little videos and sharing them around. So we started doing more, and then we started inviting our friends to do them. And that was the first series, which was Pick Up and Play, which we called Pick Up and Play because it was exactly that. We designed this little game where we would pick a song and
one song a
one
week.
song a week, and we would tell everybody about it on Friday, and then they would come, whoever our friends were at the moment who could come that weekend. They would come on the Sunday, and we would learn the song.
So these weren't original songs; these were covers, right?
Covers.
Covers.
Learn the song, record the song, film the song, everything, start to finish in the one day.
One day, and
Yeah.
then it'd be up posted.
On Thursday.
Yeah, by Thursday.
And we did that week after week after week. So that's the Pick Up
Religiously
and Play.
for 1 year, we did that.
This could be
Almost
a
2
disaster,
years.
right?
Oh, it could have.
Was there any like train wrecks? Was there any?
It
smashing?
depended how much beer was involved. There were a few, but no, actually, the early ones. No, they actually
There were
weren't.
some real good ones.
But I
Like, if
did
you look
spend
at
most of the
early
week
Pick Up and
editing
Plays,
because, you know, we would take and record the tracks. And what I would usually do is I plug everybody into our DAW and I would just let them go. We would just go and everybody would be plugged in. Anything that could be plugged in was. And then everybody would go and eat lunch and I would quickly make a mix of the music as an instrumental and I'd bring whoever was the singer for the day down and they, you know, you can't eat
Record
your lunch. You
vocals.
have to record your vocals now.
No food for you.
No food for you.
You get
They
to
would
eat after
record
you
their
do your
vocals, and then I would, whoever was around would also do harmonies, or I would do harmonies later. And then we would have that as a mix, right? And I would quickly mix that to something that we could use to do the video. And then the next stage was the video after lunch. And we would just go through this whole thing every week. And on Thursday, had a video, which is great. And I learned how to edit.
That gained a lot of momentum for us. Though,
That was good. We
because
did some
it
really,
it grew
fun stuff.
organically. So it wasn't like we had a viral video
Yeah.
that went on.
And then people were starting to ask us what our music sounds like. Okay, so you guys are a band. Now we keep seeing the same faces. So clearly this is a band, you know, not
Yeah.
just a YouTube group.
Right.
What's your music like? And so we felt a little bit of pressure. And then
Write
eventually,
original material.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
eventually we did that. Yeah.
So you guys are a couple.
That's exactly what I was going to.
Okay. Yeah, look at that. Leaving me hanging. All right. So then the question being is you have a home.
Yes.
Correct.
Have you guys ever done renovations on your home?
Yes.
Yes, we have.
Here's why I'm asking. Just to listen to the setup and the how you guys are conducting yourselves, I would imagine when renovations are happening in the home, we need to set cameras up. Because can you imagine these two guys trying to pick like paint colors or throwing up drywall?
In
It must
fact-
just be bonkers.
That's pretty bonkers in the house.
But you know what? That comes with the package, but the job gets done pretty damn good.
Oh, I'm not talking about quality. All I'm saying is that I would just like to see you guys get there. It would be the journey because just
Oh,
listening
we've done
to
it.
this
We've
is
done
just,
that. We've been there. We've done that.
Oh my
Inside,
goodness.
outside. We've done our.
We have a
shit.
band house. We call it the band
Yeah,
house.
like our house is set
It's
up.
set up for a studio
band.
downstairs
Like
and
our whole
outside
basement is
too.
Of
our
course it is.
studio.
Of course it is.
It's
I know a lot of couples have that really nice love story on how they got together and met.
Yeah.
What could be, but what brought you together? Was it the music?
You know what? It was a combination of work and music, and I thought he was really hot.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty smoking.
Yeah.
but
We
that guy
weren't-
Andy is a real lucky guy though.
It's true enough.
He is
We
super,
worked at a
super,
hospital
super, super
when we
lucky.
when
Okay,
we
I was
met.
going to say, was there something else that you guys did for a living? Yeah. And this is it now. This is the full-time gig. What you guys are doing now?
This
No,
is
no, no,
almost
no.
a full-time gig.
We would wish
still
this would be the full-time
working
gig.
for a living still,
But we are working.
but
people.
yeah, but we are doing more and more and more music. In fact, this is
How do you find time then? What do you do when you're not doing music?
we both work at the hospital at Humber River Hospital,
No way.
in
Yeah.
the fracture clinic. Yep.
Yep.
And when I met Andy, he was setting some kid's wrist, and the kid was screaming, and you looked so cute. I was just like,
Right.
wow.
And I said, I got you, kid. Don't worry. I'll fix you.
You're setting a kid's wrist.
And nothing is
What are you, a
hotter.
surgeon or something?
Nothing
He's
is
a
hotter than
cast
setting a
tech,
bone.
like an orthopedic
Jeez.
technologist. Yeah.
See, you should have cameras with you in the hospital because to me,
Well, we do that, but they don't let us.
We
We do.
can't-
We do
it's like
that.
a
We
private
do
thing.
follow ourselves around with our vlog, and we do
Sometimes.
the day in the life thing
Sometimes.
too, from
But yeah.
time to time. Yeah.
Any orthopedic related problems, we got you covered.
good. So when I beat Matt up,
This is just adding
we'll
to
beat-
the
we'll beat-
cauldron of what?
We will beat you, but we will fix you.
can you repair a guitar if it's broken?
Well,
Can
in
you-
most cases.
Most cases.
Put it
yeah.
back together again?
Yeah. As
Yeah,
long as
I've
it's
done
not
that too.
crumbled.
Yeah, you know, you have that old battle axe kind of guitar that you have lying around. So we used to religiously go camping in Algonquin, if you guys
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure.
would know about
Yeah.
Algonquin. Anyways, so we would bring a guitar and we would, you know, portage and canoe and hardcore backpacking.
guitar was the paddle.
The guitar, you know, we had that guitar that would come with us, and we'd have one of those that you use to paddle and make a joke, and it would still play, and the neck broke, and we'd put it back together with like airplane glue, and it still plays even
Was
better
there
now.
humidity issues.
Oh yeah, it's like one of those, right? But the thing still plays great.